what should I do my new video on? I want it to be a featured artist, but who should it be? What's a good band? Oh my god. What's a band that has like good, all of their albums are good. I mean, Cheem. Hello? Cheem. I don't have any money. Cheem. Cheem. That's right, Cheem. All right, let's get started. This is my second featured artist. And dude, I'm gonna just say at the beginning of this one, right now, turn it off, look up Cheem. Like, you deserve to listen to this music. Just go do it. Just go do it. Go do it. Do it. Do it. So Cheem is a band from Connecticut, and their official genre is alternative medicine. Don't ask me, that's what they have on their Facebook page. Cheem is Sam on vocals, Sky and Gabe on guitars, Nate on the bass, and Sean on the drums. And this is a featured artist, so I'm just going to go through their albums that you have to listen to, which is all of them. You have to listen to all of them. The theme of this video is evolution. So let's take this journey through Cheem. Their first full-length album is Making a Planet, which came out in 2016. And this one has more of an emo pop alternative feel to it, with a lot of pop rock elements in it. But it still has some of like a hint of post-hardcore, swancore, mathcore, like riffs and moods and melodies and stuff. And speaking of melody, their melodic sense, even this early on, is so, you could tell it has a lot of potential. Like, you know that these guys are having fun and they know what they're doing, but it just sounds a little underdeveloped and raw, maybe due to the production. As far as I know, it was independently produced, and you can kind of tell with the vocal production, but it doesn't really take away from the impact that you can tell that these guys are going to have later on. And I'm not saying like this is like their baby album. They're really good in this, but you could tell that they're going to get better. You could tell that they're going to get better, and you can tell that they put a lot of effort into this, and just that high effort attempt at like modern alt rock and pop rock, it's really refreshing. And Making a Planet feels like a bunch of deep cuts from like your favorite radio alt rock bands, without feeling derivative. It feels like they put in a lot of effort and they put in their essence into this, and it's like through that alt rock pop rock lens you can feel who Cheem really is and who they are destined to be. Damn. Some standout tracks from Making a Planet are Pendentives, which is what was playing in the intro, and just that build-up of energy is so perfect, and it's executed so well. Like, I played right from that big climax. Just listen to the whole thing. It's really, really good. It starts out slow, gets up to that point, and it just fucking hits you. Another standout track is Advanced Darkness, which I appreciate that SpongeBob reference. I love you guys for that. I was never that good at making friends. I was never better than me. I was never anything I got. But that actually has really good like pop rocky riffs and things. It has a good pop rock mood in that song. So Pendentives and Advanced Darkness are the two standout tracks for me on Making a Planet. But listen to the whole thing. The next album from Cheem is Downhill, which came out in 2017. And I feel like the production on this one is way better. And they've changed their sound so much just between 2016 and 2017. Like, they're really coming into their own with Downhill. And this one, I think, has the most swancore vibes out of all three of the albums I'm going to be talking about. It's more technical, higher energy. Right from the start, you can tell immediately. With a lot more complex guitar and vocal arrangements. And speaking of the vocals, they've improved on this album, which they improve every album. But they're definitely a lot better, a lot crispier than they were in Making a Planet. And they fit the music a lot better. It's still leaning towards like pop rock or alt. But what stands out is the drums in this one. They're like daringly mathy for pop rock, and I like that. They're taking chances, but it feels like it sounds like they took all the cool shit from like 90s and 2000s alt rock and pop rock, and they revamped it, they revitalized it with a swancore vibe, and they just took it to the next level, I feel, in Downhill. And y'all know me, I can't pay attention to shit for more than 3.5 minutes. And these songs, they're like little tiny nuggets of goodness, you know. They don't overstay their welcome. There's not a 12-minute power ballad, whatever the fuck, on this album. It's just good shit, good shit, good shit, good shit. And, you know, for an ADHD guy like me, what was I talking about? My standout tracks for Downhill are going to be Wildberry, which puts the fun in funky. They made me say that. And it has that wah-wah funky bass and that swirling guitar. And another one from Downhill is going to be Mumble. Which I think the riff and the vocal melody on that song are just perfectly paired. Cheem Digivolve to Cheem, but different and more powerful, and also a Gatling gun. And finally, we got Cheem TV, which came out in 2018, and goddamn, like, what are these guys doing on this album? It feels like a totally different band. Like, from Making a Planet to Downhill, they completely changed. And then from Downhill to Cheem TV, like, what the fuck? Dude, guys, I appreciate y'all, you know? And this is way more poppy, way more funky. There's still like hardcore elements in it, but it's totally leaning towards like pop and funk, and I don't know what the fuck. I feel like this is what this album makes me feel. You know, like the pop that Andres makes and Kurt Travis and what a Marionette's doing now, and like kind of Tillian. It's just these guys with like a swancore mindset, or that they've had like experience in swancore bands. Like it's the pop that they make, you know, like with math influence and funk and pop rock influence and a little bit of like indie in there and hip hop sometimes. I mean, they're fusing a bunch of shit, and it sounds so good. It works so well, and I want to call it swan pop. Is that too much? Am I coining that phrase? Who knows? Am I a genius? I don't know. Does anyone give a shit about genres? Probably not. But yeah, in Cheem TV, they turn the funk and the groove and the production value way up, and just like it totally pays off. And I said before in Downhill, like, oh, the vocals really hit their stride, but really it's like, oh shit, I didn't even know that it could get more perfect. The pairing of the vocals and the music is just, this is what they needed. And they incorporate hip hop and rap in it. Like, fuck, dude. Like, I know DGD has raps and stuff, but to hear it in this context of like pop rock or swan pop, I didn't even know I needed it. And it really, really works. The feel of the album is really like skateboardy and beachy, and it's just all around fun. Like, they made a really fun album in Cheem TV. It's just, these dudes are really good at music, and you get to listen to them have fun with something that they're good at. Like, that's, and it really comes through in the music, and that's what I love about it. And, you know, it's a culmination of all their influences driving them towards funk and swan pop or whatever. And but that's not to say that they still can't go hard. Yeah, Backhand is hard as fuck. That's one of my standout tracks on this one, which I love that one. The whole thing is really good. If you're gonna listen to one Cheem album, it's got to be Cheem TV, because these guys just keep getting better and better and better as they keep releasing music. Another standout track on this one is Flex/Reflex. And they really lean into the pop with the weight of their alt rock and pop rock and slight Swan Corey influences. And they fucking smash it, dude, on Cheem TV. With the guitar riffs and the raps and the funky drums and the groovy bass. And then the vocals, they wrap it all together and they ride that wave of fun. It's just fun, guys. It's fun. Listen to Cheem TV. So that's Cheem's disco. So that's Cheem's discography. God, that took me a long time to say that. They also have a few singles sprinkled here and there. Spiral and Shine Sprite, which I encourage you to listen to. It's like kind of in between the albums. Those are good too. Listen to those. But what I'm most excited for is their future. They're putting out singles here and there, drumming up some hype for a new album, and even the new singles sound like they have evolved even more. So with Making a Planet, that was like a lump of coal. Not in a bad way. Like, coal is still really cool. You know, it has uses and everything, but it wasn't bad. That's what I'm trying to say. Making a Planet wasn't bad. It was good. But over time and pressure and, you know, figuring out their sound, we got Downhill, which is like anthracite coal, which is like a prettier version of coal. And then Cheem TV, that's like, that's the diamond. And then you're like, oh, dude, we got the fucking diamond. I mean, what's better than diamond? But with the singles they're coming out with, like Skate Shoes and Basement Show Baby and Smooth Brain especially, that riff in Smooth Brain, go listen to Smooth Brain right now. But those things, those are better than Diamond. I don't know what's better than Diamond. What's better than Diamond? I don't know. But that's what they're coming out with now. So definitely keep these guys on your radar. Cheem, keep doing what you're doing. Keep having fun. I fucking love you guys. And I'll see you next time. Like and subscribe if you want. And I guess that's it.